Former U.S. President Donald Trump, who is the leading Republican candidate for the upcoming presidential election, was convicted in a New York courtroom earlier today as part of the hush money trial that's been taking place for the last few weeks. The jury deliberated for a couple of days. This was a highly controversial case that met bipartisan criticism from both legal scholars on the left and on the right. Donald Trump has reacted to this news in a statement given after the verdict was read. He faces sentencing next month, which will be taking place just a short time before the Republican National Convention. Now, Trump is facing jail time as part of this conviction, but there's a lot that could take place in the future related to appeals. Needless to say, though, this is highly controversial, and there are many people that are outraged by this verdict that feel as though this was a political prosecution. And so now we have a number of country musicians who are speaking out against this verdict and reacting to the news. But first, let's take a look at some details on this case and the subsequent conviction. So this is from Politico. It says Donald Trump found guilty in New York hush money trial, 34 counts of falsifying business records to cover up a hush money payment to a porn star, making him the first former president to become a convicted felon. So this is a moment where a lot of people are outraged. You have the front runner, the Republican front running candidate for the presidency later this year, being convicted in this controversial hush money trial that could land him in jail. It's an unprecedented moment here in American history. It says the unanimous verdict from the 12-person jury ends a 6-week trial in which prosecutors accused Trump of orchestrating an illegal conspiracy to influence the 2016 presidential election. It says now Trump will have a criminal record as he seeks to become president again. Trump was convicted on all felony counts brought by prosecutors. And so the sentencing will take place actually on July 11th. I said June, but it's just 4 days before the Republican National Convention is set to begin. And so there's a possibility he could end up in jail. It's hard to believe that that would occur and that there isn't going to be an appeals process as well in this matter. And now, as Politico points out here, there's likely not going to be much of a change in the election as a result of this conviction. It says, despite its historic nature, there's scant evidence that Trump's conviction in the hush money case will drastically alter his prospects in the 2024 race. He has a small lead over President Joe Biden in many swing state polls, a lead that held steady throughout the trial. So this verdict indicates that President Trump will be the first former president to be a convicted felon, but whether or not it withstands an appeal remains to be seen, and we'll see what the sentencing looks like as well, and whether or not any of that will be worked out even before the presidential election. Certainly there's going to be a likely appeal here. There was a lot of criticism of the way the trial was handled, to say the least, so it would be shocking if there wasn't an appeal in this matter. And so there are a number of country artists who are reacting to this news, who are very frustrated by this. And so first, let's go to Jason Aldean, the country superstar who is a close friend of Trump, and this is his reaction to this verdict. So this is what he had to say. He shared a picture on his Instagram of the upside down American flag, sign of distress, with this caption. He wrote, "Scary times in our country right now, man. When a former president of the United States gets treated like this by our justice system, what does that mean for the rest of us? If there was ever a time to speak up, it's now. Make no mistake, we are in trouble." And his brother-in-law and great DJ Silver, reacted as well. Sad day for our country. You've got Brittany Aldean also reacting to the news alongside her husband. She shared this picture of them together with Donald Trump with the following message. She wrote, "We love you, Donald Trump. The ones with the brain can see through the smear campaign." And I have this from Brittany Aldean's Instagram story as well, reacting to this. She wrote, "Is anyone shocked? A weak competitor always takes out their enemy when they know they will lose. America is not the country it once was. An absolute disgrace." So this is a truly unprecedented situation, and there are a lot of people saying that this could actually backfire and result in Trump's poll numbers actually going up as a result of this. And as that Politico article noted, this isn't likely to have an actual effect on the presidential election. And of course, there are so many people out there who feel as though this is politically motivated and could likely support Trump as a result of this. We'll have to see how this all shakes out. That is your latest update from CountryCast. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates.